Hello and welcome to Beat the Brain, the only game show at Emerson College that tests contestants' knowledge in the areas of sports, film and television, and pop culture. After our first 3 episodes, we have arrived at our final show in the season. In the past 3 episodes, contestants faced off against each other and against a brain to see who would move on to the last show, and to face off against me, the ultimate brain. Hi, I'm Matt Sadler, and I'm in fact the all-knowing super brain. While these 3 contestants to my right may have knowledge in specific areas, I know everything. So let's get the show started. Our season finale, I'll get to how it works a little bit later on, but first I'm going to introduce our contestants. First off, to my right is Brent, who won our 3rd episode about pop culture. Now, Brent, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
You feeling pretty confident?
I think so.
I don't see why. You're going down. So how do you know your pop culture expertise? Where'd you get that from?
I really don't know. I just know a lot about everything. Especially pop culture. That just seems to be a big thing to me.
You just know everything.
Yes.
Then maybe you should be standing where I'm standing. Moving on, next up is Houston. He won our film and television round. Now, Houston, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a TV major, so I might be beating you today. I hope you don't feel.
I hope TV and films, maybe a 50-50 split.
I mean, we'll see what happens. Now, Houston, you are in fact the 2nd most highly populated city in Texas. That's correct, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
The highest percentage of fat people too.
That's very fascinating. You are a fat person. Okay, and moving on, finally, we have Johnny Russo, Johnny the Juice Russo, who won our sports game. Johnny is a Yankees fan.
Correct.
All you need to know about Johnny, he's a Yankees fan.
Oh, and you need to know that I'm the only brain left standing from the 3
That's
shows.
true. I should mention that. Johnny is the only brain from the original Brains who is still left standing, of course, except for me. Johnny, Yankees fan, I think that's going to work against you today because I have more knowledge as I'm a Red Sox fan. And Red Sox fans, we all know, have much more knowledge than Yankee fans.
Maybe.
All right, so today I will be testing the winners in their areas of expertise: sports, film, pop culture, film and television, and pop culture, and a grab bag. Whereas before, after the first 2 rounds, 2 contestants were kicked off the show, and then the final contestant moved on. In this show, each contestant will move on to the final round and will also carry over the points they earned during the first 2 rounds. These points are important because they will be added up into each contestant's final point total. One thing to remember, that unlike other shows, if a contestant answers a question incorrectly, the points will be awarded to me, the ultimate brain. And after the first 2 rounds, I will carry my score over to the final round as well. But don't worry, I'll explain the final round afterwards when we move on. So let's move on to our first round here. First off, we flipped a coin beforehand, and Brent, you were selected to go first, so Brent, why don't you pick a topic? Our topics are film and television, sports, pop culture, grab bag. Why don't you, and they are for 1 to 500, so why don't you pick a category?
How about pop culture for 300?
Pop culture for 300. Who was People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive in 2007? Houston.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon is correct. So 300 points for Houston. That means you are now in control of the board.
Film and TV for 100.
Film and TV for 100. The question is, what 1999 film's movie tagline reads, "Reality is a thing of the past"? Johnny.
Blast from the past.
No. Okay, so I'm sorry about that. The points go to me now. I'm getting a little confused. Unlike in previous episodes, they don't have a chance to answer. The points do go to me. The correct answer was The Matrix. So thank you for those points, Johnny. So I now have 100 points. Houston, it's still your board.
Film and TV for 200.
Film and TV for 2. The question is, who is the oldest director to win the Best Director Academy Award? Houston.
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood, correct, for the 2004 film $1 Million Baby. So, Houston now leading with 500 points, and it's still his board. Pick again.
Film and TV for 300.
Film and TV for 3. The question, name 3 of the 4 first names of the Jetsons family. Houston again.
Judy, George, and Elroy.
Judy, George, Elroy, yes. And you are also missing Jane in there, but we only asked for 3 out of 4. That's correct. And you continue to hold on the board here. You're now at 800 points. Pick again.
Film and TV for 400, please.
Film and TV for 400. Actor Mel Blanc has appeared in over 709 films. Who is his most famous character? Houston again.
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny is correct. On a roll here, Houston. With that correct answer, he's now up to 1,200 points. Johnny and Brent, You guys might want to wake up and buzz in every now and then.
I woke up. I answered the first question.
You
correct-
did
correctly.
incorrectly. So it's still Houston's board.
Pop culture 400, please.
He's gonna mix it up and go with pop culture here. Pop culture for 400. How many seasons of Survivor have there been? And Houston again.
18.
18 is correct. Incorrect. I'm sorry. Incorrect. We have a little problem with the system here. That is incorrect. So I will now get those points. Sorry about that. So we're going to move on to the next question. Sorry about that, folks. So now you got the question incorrect. I'm going to give it to Brent now, as Brent has been the only person who didn't. No, I'm sorry. You got to pick the category first. So he's going to go again here.
I'll take a grab bag for 200.
Grab bag for 2. What won the Grammy Award for Best Song of the Year in 2008? Brent.
Vida La Vie by Coldplay.
That is incorrect. The correct answer was Rehab by Amy Winehouse. Johnny Russo, it's your turn to pick a category. I know that sports has not been taken yet.
Yeah, I'll pass up there. I'll go 100 sports, please.
Sports for 100. Who has the most championship rings as an NBA player?
That would be Bill Russell.
Bill Russell is correct with 11 11 championship rings. All right, so Johnny now on the board with 100, and it's your turn to pick again.
Sports for 200, Matt.
Sports for 200. And it is a daily double. What quarterback holds the record for the highest passer rating? And
That'd be
Johnny can
mine.
only answer this as it is a daily double.
Ooh.
Even
I'm going to say Tom Brady.
Tom Brady is incorrect. The correct answer was Steve Young. So let's just go 49ers. Houston seemed to know that answer, and he's getting a little anxious here. Maybe his board here. Houston, pick a category.
grab bag for 400, please.
Grab bag for 4. The question is, in what year was the Rubik's Cube invented? Houston, gonna take a shot at this one.
1974.
1974 is incorrect. Very close there. Did Johnny know that one?
Yes, I do. I can't answer, though.
Johnny knew that one, but did not buzz in on time. That's too bad. Anyway, it's now Brent's board. Brent, still not any score yet, but try and get back in the game here and pick a category.
How about pop culture for 200?
He's going to go with pop culture, his expertise for 200. Usher collaborated with Young Jeezy for this 2008 hit. Anyone can answer. Anyone? No, the correct answer is Love in the Club. So we are going to give that to me, as none of you guys knew it.
Wait.
I'm so smart. Just get points for just standing here. This is great. Brent still with 0, so I'm going to let you pick again since nobody got that one.
Let's go pop culture for 100.
Pop culture for 100. The question, how many seasons of American Idol have there been? Houston,
8.
8 is correct.
Okay.
Good job, Houston.
Thank
It's
God.
now your board.
It's
You
been
now
a
have
run of bad
1,300.
luck. Let's do grab bag for 300.
Grab bag for 3. How many different actors have portrayed Superman? Johnny,
5.
5 is incorrect. And the correct answer was 2. Not that I can name them, but I get the points anyway, so what do I care? That is the end of round number 1. But stay tuned because round number 2 is right ahead. We'll be right back with round number 2. The score after one round, Houston 1,300, Johnny with 100, and Brent with 0. They'll have a chance to get right back in the game when we come back. Welcome back to Beat the Brain, the only game show at Emerson College that tests contestants' knowledge in the areas of film, television, sports, and pop culture. After round 1, the scores are as follows. In first place, Houston now has 1,600 points. Johnny is in third with 100, and Brent still scoreless. Now, the reason Houston has 1,600 is because we actually made a little mistake. I made a personal mistake in the last round. 1974, in fact, was the year that the Rubik's Cube was invented, so I'm sorry about that. You have been awarded those 300 points that you earned. So we will play now one more round in this game with the categories and points values to see how many points everyone will carry over into our final round for today. So let's get started with our leader, Houston. It is your board. Again, film, TV, sports, pop culture, and grab bag, 100 through 500. Pick a category.
Film and TV for 500, please.
Film and TV
Film and TV for 400, please.
400, I'm sorry. There's 1 through 400. I'm sorry about that. Which actor appeared in more episodes of ER than anyone else? Houston.
Noah Weil.
Noah Weil is correct. Very good. Houston now up to 2,000 points. Blowing you guys away. Brent and Johnny, you got to get on those buzzers a little faster. All right? Do that for me.
Mine's broken, but we'll
Yours is
continue.
broken.
No, continue.
Or maybe it's your brain that's broken. Okay, so Houston keeping control of the board here. Pick another category.
Film and TV for 300, please.
Film and TV for 3. What film does the quote, "We all go a little mad sometimes" appear in? Brent.
The Shining.
The Shining is incorrect. The correct answer is Psycho. Norman Bates. So those points are now awarded to me. Thank you very much for that, Brent. Houston, it is still your board.
Pop culture for 400.
Pop culture for 4. What artist headlined the Glow in the Dark tour with Rihanna, Nerd, and Lupe Fiasco? No one? All right, the correct answer was Kanye West. Kanye West. Nobody gets points, including me, as none of you tried to answer. So nobody got that one. Houston's still your board.
Grab bag for 400.
Grab back for 4. What year was Emerson College founded? Brent.
1880.
1880 is correct. Just got to check all those signs there. Emerson College, 1880. Very good. So Brent finally on the board with 400 points, and he gets control of the board.
How about pop culture for 300?
How about pop culture for 300? What celebrity couple shot their wedding to be aired on MTV, although it was later discovered that it wasn't even a real wedding? Yes, Brent.
Heidi and Spencer from the Hills.
Very good. Heidi and Spencer from the Hills. I've never even heard of those people. You make me sad. I'm sorry. 700 now for Brent, and he still has control of the board.
Pop culture for 200.
Pop culture for 2. Who was the runner-up of American Idol Season 4? Houston.
Bo Bice.
Very good. Bo Bice all over that. Big Idol fan there?
Not really.
Not really. Okay. But it's your
Family
board
and stuff.
regardless. Go ahead and pick the category.
Film and TV for 200, please.
Film and TV for 2. Michael Keaton stars in a movie with this tagline: "Say it once, say it twice, but we dare you to say it 3 times." Yes, Houston.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice is correct. So Houston now in the lead with 2,400. Brent with 700. Johnny in third place with 100. And it's still Houston's board.
Film and TV for 100.
Film and TV. Finishing up that category. Who won the Best Actor Award in 2007 for his role as Idi Amin? Houston.
Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker is correct. And you continue to control the board here now with 2,500 points. Go ahead and pick another category.
Grab bag for 300.
Grab bag for 3. Who is on the $10 bill? Johnny knows this.
Alexander Hamilton.
Johnny Russo, all about the cash money.
Loving the money.
All about the cash money.
Yeah.
Show me the money. Very good. Johnny is back on the board. His first points of this round. He's now up to 400, but still in third place.
Show me sports for 400.
Sports for 400. I will
money,
show
big
you
money.
sports for 400. What was the highest scoring Super Bowl of all time? Houston and Brent, you can also answer for the record. Don't make fun of Johnny for not knowing this.
It's the last stand of rain.
Johnny? Nothing from Johnny. Sorry. Time's up. It was Super Bowl 29. San Francisco beat San Diego 49-29. Don't tell me that's what you were going to say.
You wouldn't believe me if I said it anyway.
Luckily,
Sports for 300. please.
luckily, it's still your board. Sports for 3. The question is, who is the only player to win the NBA All-Star Game MVP award 4 times? Johnny.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan is incorrect. It's Bob Petty. So that is incorrect. I will be awarded those points. Thank you for that, Johnny.
Sports for 200, please.
Whoa, hold on. You got it wrong. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Sports for 200.
Sports for 200. I really freaked you out there for a second, didn't I? Who won Wimbledon in 2008?
Scarlett Johansson.
Rafael Nadal.
Rafael Nadal is correct. Johnny just keeps adding to his point total now, trying to catch up to Brent and Houston, and it's still his board.
Sports for 100.
Sports for 100, trying to tie Brent for second place here. Who lost the 2008 Stanley Cup? It was was just last year, not that long ago. Again, Houston and Brent, feel free to answer
Yeah,
sports
right.
questions.
I have no idea.
Canada.
I don't even know who won, let alone who
You have to buzz in if you'd like to say Canada. Okay, and nobody got it in time. It's the Pittsburgh Penguins. Lost to the Detroit Red Wings
Red Wings.
this season. So sorry. So sorry, Juice. But nobody got it right, so it's still your board.
What's left here? Pop culture 100.
Pop
Bills.
culture for 100, rounding out that category. Zeneza is a mashup of what high school musical couple? Yes, Brent.
That'd be Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens.
Wow. Wow. That's all I'm going to say. Correct.
The Hills and
You got it for
the
100.
High
That's
School
now
Musical.
800. I've never heard of Zenessa personally. All right, so we just have grab bag for 100 and 200. And Brent, you're going to pick this. This is going to be our last question of the round.
Let's go grab bag for 200.
Grab bag for 2. How do you spell the word anesthetic? Houston.
Aneaesthetic.
Apparently, we've turned this into a spelling bee, but if we did turn it into a spelling bee, Houston would be winning right now. He got that. That is correct. Houston is now in the lead with 2,700. Johnny is in third place with 600. Brent right in the middle with 800. Those are our scores at the end of 2 rounds. We are done with round number 2. We're going on to the final round here on Beat the Brain. When we come back, we'll have the final round when these 3 go up against me. We'll be right back with more Beat the Brain. Welcome back to Beat the Brain. I'm your host and all-knowing super brain, Matt Sadler. After the first 2 rounds, Houston is in first place. He's got 2,700 points. In second place, Brent has 800 points because of his strange knowledge of High School Musical. And in third place, Johnny, our sports brain, has 600. So now we move on to the final round in which each player will be given a top 10 list in their specific category. They will have 2 minutes to write down their answers. For each correct answer, they will be awarded 100 points to add onto their final score. On the other hand, I will have the same 2 minutes to fill out all 3 lists. All the correct answers I write down will also be added to my final score. Once the round is over, we will see if anyone has beaten the brain. All right, 120 seconds on the clock. Here are the lists. Brent, you need to name the top 10 selling albums of 2008. Houston, you need to name the top 10 highest grossing opening weekends in film history. And finally, Johnny, you need to list the the last 10 NBA championship losers. So 120 seconds on the clock. You may begin. All right, gentlemen, time is up. And so, at the end of 2 minutes, we're going to take a look at your list now. Keep in mind that every correct answer you got will add 100 points to your score. Brent, you had to name the top 10 albums of 2008. You said Viva La Vida, The Carter 3, and Circus.
Yeah.
2 of those are right, so you get 200 more points added to your 800. That puts you at 1,000 for today's show. Houston, next up, had to name the top 10 highest grossing film opening weekends in film history. Houston looks incredibly happy right now. He said Spider-Man 3, Independence Day, The Dark Knight, Iron Man, I Am Legend, Star Wars The Phantom Menace, which is episode 1, Shrek 2, The Matrix Reloaded, Star Wars The Clone Wars, and Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. You got 3 of them right, so that'll be 300 more points to yours total, bringing you to 3,000 right now. And finally up, Johnny Russo. Houston, very excited right now. Last up is Johnny. He said the Lakers, the Cavs, the Mavericks, the Pistons, the Lakers, the Nets, the 76ers, and the Knicks. My God, you need to find a hobby. Johnny got 9 right, so that's 900 points added to his 600, which will bring him to 1,500. Now let's take a look at how many I got. In the category of top 10 albums, I got 1, Black Ice by AC/DC. So a classic rock fan, not too knowledgeable on the newer stuff. So that's 1. That's 100 points right there. For the top 10 grossing films, I said The Dark Knight, Spider-Man 3, Shrek 2, Indy 4, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Shrek 3, Spider-Man, and Jurassic Park, and also E.T. Threw that out there.
It's a good movie.
That's 5. So that'll be another 500 for me. And then finally, last 10 NBA champions. I've listed the Lakers, Knicks, 76ers, Cavs, Nets twice, and then I listed the Magic, which is incorrect. I'm sorry, I only listed the Nets once, so I only got that one time. Almost had 6 there, but instead it's 5, so that's another 500. 1,100 total. That brings my score to 3,000, and I believe, Houston, your score is also 3,000, which means that we tied. But, however, the name of the show, Houston, is Beat the Brain, and we tied, so you did not beat the brain. So you did incredibly well. I got to give you credit, but unfortunately you did not actually take me down. That's all for this season on Beat the Brain. I am the Super Brain, Matt Sadler. We'll see you next semester.